You wrote the book, The Ripples, What Lies Beyond. Talk to me about the inspiration and also the purpose of writing this book.
Well, I wrote it because I do work in mental health, and unfortunately in my community here, it's just a smallish community, we have had teen suicides happening, and there are many of them happening around the world. The suicide is becoming almost epidemic. There's World Health Authority tell us that 800,000 people every year take their life, and for every one of those, I can't imagine how many people who attempt suicide and are not successful. So we spoke about mental health. So it's, I guess, the epitome of the complete opposite of mental unwellness, where people feel so hopeless that that's the choice they feel, the only choice they feel they have to stop their pain. So I wanted to raise awareness, and I wanted to join the voice that is becoming louder, that is telling people that it's okay not to be okay, and specifically for our children as well, because I think the kids these days grow up in a world where it's all very edited, it's all seemingly very perfect, with social media and all the editing tools available to them to crop photos, and life isn't perfect. And I think it was one of my messages was very importantly to want to tell children, and not just children but others as well, but the story was written about a young teenager, but to spread the message that it's okay to feel, and it's okay to feel sad, it's okay to feel depressed, it's okay to feel devastated when something happens in your life that causes you to feel that way. You know, if someone dies, it's normal to feel terrible, but unfortunately these days, it's almost like they're not allowed to grieve. They're given antidepressants for things that are natural sadnesses. So I believe that one of the messages I wanted to send was that it's normal. It's, emotions are normal. Normal emotions, that is. Normal emotions are normal. And to teach the children that that life is going to have bumps, but you'll get over it. And this moment that you might feel devastated because, one of your friends has said or done something, or, worse than that, this is a moment in time and it will pass. And one of the main messages really was to say that it's okay to feel this way, but it's certainly not okay not to seek help, not to ask for help. So it was to promote conversation and to promote the fact that there is help available, and to also show the far-reaching impact of a single death. And why I wrote it, what stimulated me to write it was, yes, the things that were happening in my own society, but also I had an incident of suicide within my family that had touched my sister, and it really struck me after that event. We all gathered to support her, to come together to remember this man who had taken his life. And probably it would have been 48 hours after the event, there must have been a couple of hundred people that had all gathered together. And it really struck me then that if only he had known that he had all this support, if only, he had reached out, I wonder what he would have chosen. So that was very much the theme of the book, that if you don't talk, you don't know. There are hundreds of people there, and these 100 people, 200 people, 300 people were all impacted in very real ways by his death, and those impacts continue on. And certainly with my sister,